down, but I do believe we live. We're live. Livor. Wait, live. Just live. Hello, hello, folks. Scrambling to the very last moment to get stream up and running, but we are here and should be good. I'm just going to do the live announcements quick. If I can get the link. Where's my link? Copy. Boop, boop. Post. I've been expecting you. Welcome in, folks. All right. There's so many places to post live announcements now. We got Twitter, we got Threads, we got Blue Sky. It's getting tiring posting to all of these platforms all the time. Trying to keep it like somewhat different between each platform too, but you know, whatever. Can only do so much. How's everybody's day? Everybody's evening? You hear me all right? Pretty sure I got a good solid connection on my microphone. Live now. My hands are in a funky position, so I keep typing wrong. I don't know if, well, now that there's no Twitter API access, yeah, I don't know about cross-platform. I just don't bother. Like, trying to keep up with the way things change these days is so frustrating. Okay, so we've got this angle, and we've got the Voron 2.4. It's still over on the shelving unit because I want to run a few tests before we take it apart. Can't stay, it's 1 a.m. James, thank you for stopping by at the very least. Appreciate it. I want to run like input shaper and get a fresh, quote unquote, current input shaper graph off of the 2.4 before we disassemble it for overhaul, which is what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to quick send a file to the Prusa behind me because it just stopped printing. And I need the parts printed for a project I'm working on. So I should be able to, yeah, here we go. Switch to the XL. High flow, 0.4 more. I don't know what's up. I had an issue with my one Mark IV not being connected to the network properly. And then it printed, but it made it like 75% of the way through and then just stalled out. So I'm just going to send it to the XL. That's been really reliable lately. And I need these parts for after stream to finish up this project I'm working on for Saturday's video, hopefully. Hopefully. Okay. Prusa PETG. Let's dial up our settings. Want to make this a little stiffer, a little stronger of a mount. Something I noticed in Prusa Slicer, you can see it right now, I'm highlighting it. Ensure vertical shell thickness is back. Love it, love it. 2 a.m. here, RH3D, thank you for stopping by for any amount of time. It is appreciated. Scarf joints, we got scarf joints now in Prusa Slicer. This is Prusa Slicer 2.9 Alpha 1. So, yeah. Are you going to enclose your XL? At some point I will, yeah. I definitely want to. It's on the list of things to do. Okay. 30% infills should be good. I'm using draft settings, so it's really thick layers and walls. So I'm going to dial down the layers and walls a hair. I've been finding I prefer just a little different print parameters. But yeah, I'm printing PETG on the XL right now, so it doesn't need to be enclosed. Oops, should preheat it. So there's that, but hour and 11 minutes. If I could slow way down. Oh, you're right, it is set to PLA. Thank you. It's because I was running PLA on the Mark IV. Thank you. Let's change that to PETG. My mouse and keyboard are working, not on Bluetooth. I'm using the Unify, or not Unify, the, yeah, Unify, whatever, their dongle for Logitech. I haven't been brave enough to go back to Bluetooth. My other Bluetooth devices have worked with the computer. My video on Saturday should be the computer setup. So this whole new streaming setup I've got going here is my Saturday stream. I've got a Stream Deck that's now underneath back here, right at my hand. Unfortunately, it isn't set up, so I can't use it during this stream. And my switcher's still here. Actually, the parts I'm printing right now are a mount for my switcher to go underneath the desk here, so I can like change camera angles without having to reach all the way across the bench. So yeah, that is hopefully Saturday's video. I gotta get sponsor approval. So, and these parts printed. I'm gonna dial up the speed, or dial down the speed. I don't need these done like super fast because we're streaming. No, there's no need. There's simply no need. I can dial these down. That's something that I often lean into. Like, I love fast printers, and don't get me wrong, the XL will print this. I mean, like, it added 20 minutes to the part. Whoop-de-frickin-do. If I have the time, like right now, I'm not going to be able to use the parts that are printed off that for a couple of hours because of stream. Why make the print go as fast as it can? So like, especially overnight prints, I'll do that a lot. It's like, oh, it'll be done in 4 hours. Well, that's 2 a.m. So I'll just dial down the speed so it takes 8 hours. Why not? Let it run all night. What do I care? Okay, sending to my XL. Confirm. All right. Now we can get back to the stream. Because of you, I bought an Ender 5 and converting it to a Mercury 1. Stronger parts are better than weak and faster parts. Agreed. Especially something like this. Mounting my couple $100 switcher underneath the bench here and bumping it or touching or like pushing buttons. I don't want it to be weak. So. Did that, you set it to silent mode in your P1? Yeah, I'll do stuff like that all the time. Run it in stealth mode when I usually wouldn't. I don't care about the noise level of these machines at this point. The Prussias, like, don't bother me, so. But I'll put them on stealth mode overnight, because why not? Okay, so my Voron 2.4 is the focus of this stream. I'm starting to rebuild it. It's time to overhaul the machine. Reasons for overhaul. We'll probably hopefully take a closer look at this later, but this machine, Nomad, welcome in. This machine, it was never a very happy machine. Since day one, there's been like some parts in the gantry and the motion system that were like a little bit warped. I think I printed most of the parts for this either on an unenclosed Voron 0 or on my Prusia Mark III. I don't remember which, but as such, it's got some warpy parts on it. The belt alignment is not perfect. Input shaper graphs since day one have been hot garbage on this thing. Love the colors, thank you. So I want to address that. It's time. It's got 1,200 hours on it. And there's been a few other issues popping up in the last few months before the move. There were a few issues that were popping up, like clicky probe is not working properly. I have auto Z offset enabled on that machine, so it uses the probe where it'll check the probe off of the end stop switch and it'll check the nozzle off the end stop switch, and it should know how to set Z offset based off that. One day it just forgot, and for like 3 months I just didn't. Maybe not 3 months, a while. It was a while. I just didn't bother to fix it, and I don't know what to fix. Like, I tried a few things, didn't fix it. So to the point that I even replaced the clicky probe switch. So I went to PCB clicky and it still was behaving exactly the same. So something wrong in software configuration. So I ended up ditching it. Well, not ditching it. I ended up every single print for a couple of months, I would have to manual Z offset at the beginning of every probe. Have you tried Eddy? No, I have not. We're going to be putting beacon on that during this overhaul process. We're going to be putting a beacon probe on it. So that is getting a beacon probe. It's getting CNC components in place of the printed parts. Not everything, but most. I've got a full chaotic lab kit. We're going to decide as we go how much of the machine is getting replaced with CNC, because I don't want to give up the colors as one part of the problem. So we'll see. Definitely motion system, Gantry is all getting CNC machine parts. We're going to be swapping to I don't think you can see it in the picture, in the video, no. The right on top of the machine is a new tool board for this thing. So I've got the new 2209 from Big Tree Tech USB version. So it connects via USB, not CAN. So we're going to be installing that, ditching CAN bus on it. When I hear Eddy, I still think Iron Maiden. Yeah, that's reasonable. I get where you're coming from. We're going to be going USB with that. Not for any particular reason, for a particular reason. I've had no problems with CAN on that, or very little problems on CAN. I had one board die. I forget what went wrong with it, but I did have one board die. But I replaced the board, reflashed it, no problem. And I've got hundreds of hours on CAN bus on that machine, hundreds and hundreds. But since I'm putting a beacon probe on it, and beacon only connects via USB, I don't want to have to run two cables to the tool head for the umbilical. So the Big Tree Tech USB board has a USB port on it. So I can plug the beacon into the Big Tree Tech board and only run one cable back to the Pi, effectively. So that's why we're ditching. I'm going to ditch CAN. So, okay. I guess we might as well. What hot end are you going to use? The machine currently has, it has a Next G from Drop Effect in it, and I'm quite happy with it. Take care of the voice. It has a Next G hot end. So, if anybody's not familiar, I'll pull it up real quick. It doesn't have this one, but it does have, yeah. So yeah, I'm running this hot end with the UHF version. So the ultra high flow, extra long setup that it can get, but I actually have a prototype unit, a beta unit that they sent me that's a slightly different design. And as such, it fits in the standard stealth burner housing. So the first one that used the proprietary nozzles. This is not. This is the Next G. The Next G uses regular rep wrap nozzles. I've got a CHT nozzle in there right now. So this is the newer version that has the standard nozzles. Yeah, it's not a common hot end. I like it. I quite like it. The prototype version that I have, I like a little better than this Dragon version because it's a little shorter. It's ever so slightly shorter, so it fits inside of the standard stealth burner housing, but still with the UHF flow rate spacer add-on. So I can push that thing to like 35, 40 millimeters cubed per second if I really want. It looks Dragon inspired. Oh, it's very Dragon inspired. It's made by Fadus, so it is Dragon. It's Dragon with a kinematic, different flow rate, different mount. It's nothing about it is shared with the Dragon, but it is very Dragon-like. So I quite like it. I'm going to stick with that in that machine. I'm happy with that. I've got the Galileo 2 extruder in that right now. Happy with Galileo 2. No problems with that. I don't have a BMG extruder. It is not. It's Galileo 2 right now. So I ditched BMG forever ago. Now, it worked, but I wanted to try something different, so. Yeah, Fadus bought drop effect. So let's home this thing. And we're going to do an input shaper run. So we can... I'm going to do an input shaper run so we can get some current graphs and see how bad it is right now. And then we will start taking it apart. That's the only thing I really worried about doing before I start disassembly, really, is getting before input shaper graphs so we can get an after comparison for when. There's plenty more to talk about with the machine, and we will as we go, but yeah. So I've got Clopane installed. I've just got to double check. I don't remember anything about it. It's been so long since I've ran that machine. I don't remember anything to do with. Okay, I'm gonna run. Let's do compare belt responses. You doing tool changer mod? No. How many hours on the machine? 1200 and something. 1233, something like that. I'll show you in a second. I'm pulling up main sale now. So right now it's sitting at 1233 hours, 12 minutes and 14 seconds with a whole lot of canceled prints. 50% canceled prints, but so close to 1234. Oh, dang. Unfortunately, I can't even run it right now. I can't print, and I'm concerned it won't make it through Shake and Tune. We're gonna find out. Because after the move, it overheats, and I don't know why. I'm expecting once I get in the electronics box, a wire shook loose and one of the fans isn't spinning or something. But it overheats stepper drivers, so I can't even get through a quad gantry level right now. It fails doing a quad gantry level, but it should be fine for why did that not work? For Shake and Tune. Why did the compare belt resonance not work? Do I have an old version of Clopane? I updated today. Shake and Tune macros. Oh, do I not have the macros? Shake and Tune documentation. Well, that's not what I want. Copy. Let's just do. Why are you not recognizing any commands? Oh, clipper shut down. Why did clipper shut down? Let me guess. Driver overheat. That's exactly what keeps happening. That's exactly what keeps happening. We might not even get through a freaking before input shaper test. This machine has always had a problem with the stepper drivers overheating on the y-axis, especially. My image is inverted in this. I know. I have it done on purpose, so I'm facing toward the stuff. Put CPAP on the main board. Let me look in if I have Shake and Tune results already. I probably do. I should. Input shaper. Okay, I do. I have saved ones from April, so they'll tell the tale. Here's my y-axis graph. You can just see how freaking hashy and garbage it is. It's got 3 full peaks, but there's really 4 or 5 or 6, depending on how you're looking at it on the y-axis. It's recommending what? 6,700? Wow, I'm amazed it's recommended 6,700. It has an octopus mainboard in it. So I've got added on cooling, and on the x-axis, honestly, this is some of the better input shaper graphs I've seen. Usually it's recommending more like 3,500 for acceleration. So yeah, there's my before graphs. They're not pretty. They're very not pretty. And it needs some love. What's it recommending here? 2-hump EI at 7,900 acceleration. So what amps you running the steppers at? Fairly default, I want to say. Let's check a look. Let's take a look. Printer config. Boop. Stepper drivers 0.8. No, that's z-axis. That's my Z. Here's my X. X and Y, 1.4 amps. 1.4 amps, and it's 0.9 degree motors. What are those, 2504s? It's LDO 2504s with 2209 stepper drivers. I'm fairly sure. Oh, 2004s. Sorry. 2004s, I guess. Yeah, 2504s. But anyway, I've got two Noctua 4010s blowing directly on the electronics, and I think that they came unplugged. I used to have this exact same problem before I put those on, where it would overheat one of the stepper drivers all the time. And so I made a mount, put a pair of 4010 Noctua fans blowing directly on the stepper drivers, and the problem went away. And I mean, like, hundreds and hundreds of hours went away. They don't move a lot of air, they move enough. I literally, if I put 1 hour, I put 600 hours on it like that. If not, probably more, probably closer to like 700-800. It is what it is. Slightly high for 2209, drivers need proper cooling. Yeah, and I think one of the fans must have rattled loose in transit. So, is what it is. All right, we've got my before input shaper graphs. I'm gonna download those real quick. So I've got them saved on the computer, just in case. Nothing's gonna change that it'll be a problem, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Download. All right, keep. And then I'll drag the machine over here and we'll start taking it apart. Okay, where's my Voron 2.4 rebuild? Paste. Cool. Are the CNC parts black? They are. They're all black, no red. Big Tree Tech made them special for me, actually. So Big Tree Tech did a special order of black CNC parts for me. So Helga, welcome in, welcome in. Curious if anybody's done water-cooled drivers. Yes, as Nuno pointed out there, 5160s on VZBots. There are water blocks and water-cooled steppers and all that there. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to go grab the machine. This print failed, so. And let's get it off the shelf. Let's get that thing off the shelf and over to the bench. Oh, wait, I should shut it down. Proper shutdown. All right. Helga, welcome in. Did I say that? I don't know. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to move the camera. Sorry. And then I'm gonna be out of the camera for a minute while I carry this from here over to the bench. So, oh, power plug, duh. Unplug it, Alan. Don't just turn it off, actually unplug it. Putting handles on this was a great idea. I'm gonna switch camera angle so you can actually see me again. Look at that proper shutdown. I always end up pulling the plug. Yeah, I do 9 times out of 10 too. I do 9 times out of 10 as well, but hey, here we are. Fitting in with a Northwest Tribe. Yeah. The studio is like right at the temperature where I'm like, I get a chill. It also doesn't help. It doesn't help that the garage doors aren't well sealed. So when the heat in the house kicks on, it pulls a draft through the garage door. So it's like right down my back while I'm working. Did you ever get a serial number for it? Nope, I'm rogue. There's no serial number for this. Nope. My only serialed machine is my Voron Zero. I've built I don't know how many machines at this point, and I only have one serial under my belt. So, just never bothered. Okay, it's time to start tearing this thing down. First things first, I'm gonna pull a couple of panels off so I can get in and out of here. Or get a little access in here. And we'll maybe flip it up, take a look underneath. Are you building another at Smurf? No, no Smurf build. I'm bringing a machine to Smurf, 300. This is a 300. I am bringing a machine to Smurf and giving it away. I haven't announced that yet. I don't know how much time I have to make a video to announce it yet, but I am giving away a machine at Smurf. Giving away a Voron Zero. In fact, the Cookie Cat Voron Zero is both coming with me and being given away. Oh, damn it. Hold up. As you stare at the shelf, I know what just happened, and it's going to take me 1 second to fix it. Because I was rushing around so much before stream, I forgot to switch this camera from battery power to wall power. Whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Where's the power brick? There it is. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Check to make sure all my settings survive. As you're blown out, sorry. Okay, that should be good. There we go. Where were you when the lights went out? I was right here. Just got the screwdriver from my link. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for using the link. Appreciate it. All the support I can get, I appreciate. So that's where you hide, where everybody else is at Form Next. I wish I was at Form Next. Morven a little disappointed to not be there. Morven a little disappointed. Would have liked to seen the new Disrupt machines. Anybody hasn't seen, Rat Rig launched a sister company for the more commercial market called Disrupt Engineering. And they're different same machines, but in the commercial space. So I'm going to tighten the screws onto these panel holders so they don't, the hardware doesn't go anywhere. I forget what else I've seen that I wanted to, oh, well, the Core 1. I would have loved to have seen the Core 1. Looking forward to seeing that at Smurf. Yeah, the Disrupt machine looks interesting. The Toolhead uses a full-size LGX. SV08 Mini looks interesting. They made, I haven't seen that. Core 1 looks awesome. Love it. Yeah, did you see SV08 Mini? Nope, haven't heard anything about that. Nope, nope, nope. That's news to me. So is it a 250 or smaller? Larger V0 clone. Like a 180 V0 or something? So a printer for Ant-ish. 154 bed. Huh. Strange. Are you waiting to convert your current Prusa to Core 1? I'm going to try and get a Core 1 ASAP, but I will probably convert the Open Air Mark IV to 1. Yes. Are you planning to have a dedicated video on the Rat Rig? Yes, I am. After Smurf. I don't have any time to get to it before Smurf, but after that, I do intend to do a dedicated video about the Rat Rig. 152.4, weird size. That is a very weird size, but 150-ish. Okay, 30 more millimeters. I really feel like 180 is the perfect size for a day-to-day machine, but okay. Dual independent Z as well, and Eddie Pro. Interesting. Might as well have called it an SV09 then, if it's really not the SV08, is it? At that point, but hey, whatever. Some of my mounts I just took off from transport tie downs. Okay, back panel off. I had not seen that. Interesting. What else is interesting that I've missed? Core 1's the biggest one. I do intend to convert one of my Mark IVs to a not independent dual Z. It's belt driven. Ugh, that's unfortunate. I almost wish it was just cantilever bed then. I guess it's better than cantilever, but is it really? Yeah, I intend to convert one of my Mark IVs and hopefully pick up another Core 1. We'll see. I don't know. Could not. The end of the year is not a great time for me to be ordering a new printer, so I have not ordered one yet, nor an upgrade kit. I'm gonna wait till they're readily available, or see if I can't get one from Prusa. I'll talk to them at Smurf, see what I can finagle. I might actually come out of a review retirement for that. People seem really, like, there's a lot of discourse around the Core 1 that I'm curious to weigh in on. So, 180 for most stuff, 300 for 350 for bigger. True. I find if I had to go down to 2 machines and only 2 machines, if I had to, I would want a 180 and I would want a 300. I think that would be my choice, personally. Core 1 kits aren't available yet. I thought they went on order, or they just sold out really quick. Whatever, they're not going to be available until March anyway, no matter what. So I expected the price on the Core 1 to be much more expensive. Same for the upgrade kit. I expected both to be more expensive. I expected both to be more expensive than they were. So I'm impressed. When I was like looking at the specs before I saw the price, I was thinking, $1,800 is kind of what I expected the Core 1 to be. And then it came in at frickin' at, what, $900 for a kit. It's crazy. I would choose the XL and my 250 2.4. Fair. Got to compete with Bamboo. Oh yeah, I'm amazed they've done it. Is just all what I'm getting at, as much as anything. So, still pretty expensive compared to other brands. Is it though? Nah, it's cheaper than Bamboo. It's the only direct comparison machine in my eyes is the Bamboo X1, and that's not true. Cheaty has plenty of machines that fall into that realm with active chamber heating. But they also have been cutting corners on QA lately. But the direct comparison for me in the Core 1, just from specs point of view, is the X1 Carbon, and it's cheaper than the X1 Carbon. Creality K2 Plus seems pretty decent as well. I'm gun shy on Creality after the... I really did not like the K1. My K1 was not great for me. I want to sell my K1 and an FF5 and Flashforge and get the Core 1. Yeah, I'll have 2 Prusias and a P1S. That makes sense. I may get rid of my X1 after the Core 1. Hopefully it doesn't suffer long delays. I think they've learned their lessons. I think a lot of the delays, pure speculation, I don't know this for sure. I think a lot of the delays on the XL was the ramp up of their factory, getting their PCB production in-house up and running, getting their, they said shipping in January, getting their injection molding going, and a lot of that in-house stuff that they've added in. I think they were really ramping that up for the XL and then subsequently the Mark IV. Because look at it, the XL came and the Mark IV came fairly quickly on its coattails after actual release. So just mentally prepare yourself for a delay. Yeah. And it was also during the time of human malware. Yes, it was. So my custom back panel. Is it showing wear? Got plenty of scratches on it, but no wear. So yeah. Oh God, the back of this machine is nasty. There's so much crud back here. Ugh. I'll try and scoop some of it into my hand. Like printer goop and belt goop. Like print boogers and mouse ears. There's always mouse ears flying around. It's the one thing I really, really, really want to see Prusa Slicer add. The one thing that I would have preferred to see before scarf joints and vertical, or yeah, shell thickness is, how do you see? You can't see my freaking hand. There, my untattooed hand, you can see all the garbage. Still trying to figure out how many Z motors the Core 1 has. I saw 3 leads, but yeah, it's probably single motor. I don't know. Do you think the Mark IV was rushed out and the Core 1 was always the plan? No, I kind of don't. I feel like the Mark IV was always on the, I feel like the Mark IV, if I had to guess, I would say the Mark IV was on the calendar before the Core 1. They put enough time, energy, and whatever into it. They knew it was going to be well in advance of the Core 1. So they put it out. Like, you know, do you not put out a machine, or you wait a couple years, you know? I understand that. Now the Mark IVS, my guess is single Z motor. I would think so. For the price, I would expect it to be single Z. Mouse ears have amazing static electricity. I have them stuck to shit all over my garage. Yes. Mark IV also provided an upgrade path for Mark III users. Yeah. And now there's the upgrade path to the Core 1. I'm going to move the other camera angle real quick so we can have 2 cameras. But yeah, I'm kind of annoyed. Like I both understand where some people are coming from with where they're like, I don't understand why anybody would want to upgrade the Mark IV to the Core 1. But in the same regard, I'm like, applaud the fact that you can. I don't know. Like, I can totally understand why it's hard to justify. Like, for the price of it, yeah, you could sell the Mark IV and pick up a Core 1 for, you know, make back some of the money and not spend the $450 on the upgrade kit and just have parts you're not going to use. Like, I get that part, but there are some people who are just like legitimately upset. I don't understand. For an open air PLA printer, hard to outperform the Mark IV, especially if you're running a farm. Totally. And that's the bigger thing to me that I think a lot of people forget. When we're talking about this stuff, like people are like, oh, the Core 1, why does it have the same bed size as the Mark III and the Mark IV, blah, blah, blah? Because there are thousands upon probably hundreds of thousands of i3 printers from Prusa in farms. There are a lot of farms out there with a lot of Prusa machines that they have probably an inventory of beds, or they have G-code that they've been running with the same bed size for ages and a proven process. And, you know, switching to a whole new machine is a hassle or a hindrance to the workflow. So keeping that upgrade path, or keeping that same footprint or the same build volume kind of concept, like, it makes sense. If they had a different bed size, they would have to tool a whole new SKU, and then they would have to keep inventory of that. Absolutely. Or designing around the bed size. I design around their bed size. I absolutely do. If I'm designing a part that can fit within like a 250 build volume, I try to make it fit a Prusa build bed. 100%. For people downloading my designs, I think it makes a ton of sense. So I do it. But that's whatever. It's not for everybody. It's not going to be for everybody. On TikTok, I got a lot of people being like, "Oh, it's 2 years too late. I got a bamboo. Why would I need this?" And fair. You got a bamboo. Keep using it. Nothing wrong with that. Like I said, my bamboo X1 might go the way of the dodo. Nah, might get it sold. We'll see. Have you used the cryo grip beds? I have a handful of them. Haven't tried them yet. I haven't printed on a bamboo in like a while. I don't understand people who voice that they're upset now that the printer is out. Just be happy with what you have. Totally. I can understand if you bought like a Mark IV last week. If you bought a Mark IV last week, I can understand being upset. Anything more than that, I don't really get it. Like, I don't know. Prusa should start doing MMU3 combos with their printers. They do. The Mark IV and Mark III are still available coming with the MMU3 for a better price. That is available. That is a currently available thing. In fact, they were trying to blow out Mark IIIs, and they were giving you the MMU3 for free when you bought a Mark III because they were trying to blow out Mark IIIs. So that is a thing. A friend of mine was mid Mark IV assembly when the new one was announced. That stings. That stings. X1 P1 support will be dropped within 5 years. I completely agree. Well, that's pretty much what we know. It's tea in the cup, tea in the gloop cup, and Monster in the can. So, yeah. I mean, we're not going to have bamboo support forever, and I think you're going to have lasting support longer. It's like building a PC with a 4090 when the 5090 is announced. I mean, it's not quite that bad, but it is. I guess it is, maybe. It is. Yeah. But 5090 still hasn't been announced, so. Is that a 3D printed can topper? No, it's a silicone purchased one. Nope, it's a silicone purchased one. All right, let's get the doors off. I am going to be putting click-clack on this. Click-clack fridge door, one-piece door. That is part of the upgrade rebuild process we're going to be doing. Getting click-clack. Isn't BTT making boards for them? No, not yet. Somebody put a BTT board in a bamboo, but they like gutted it to do it. It wasn't like a replacement board. It was a gut job. It was a gut job. You're putting new skirts to make the door flush. I'll probably replace the screen. I'll probably do the screen mod where it pushes it out, but the skirts will stay the same. I'm not going to bother to do the skirts. I would, but then I have to do the Z mounts too. And I don't think I'm going to disassemble the Z mounts. There's nothing wrong with the Z motor mounts. So I think those might stay the same. Moji 3D, welcome in. I don't think I'm going to replace those with CNC parts. So I did the screen, not the skirts. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, also note on the bamboo cryo grip, it would work on a Mark IV. That's a thought. I could try it on my Mark IV. Could do that. I could do that. Come on. There we go. Z-mounts stay the same. The skirt covers them. Oh, okay. I'll look at it. I'll decide. I like my multicolor. I've got a USB port added into the front here that I modded into here. Put a keystone in here. You know, looks like a Trident. Okay. I will think about it. Okay. Oh, you use your Prusa satin on the X1. or the K1. There's a point here to be made. Is Hot Rod Hippie ever going to make a comeback? Not anytime soon. Not unless, no. It will. Hot Rod Hippie will make a comeback at some point. I can't afford to. That's all there is to it. There's not enough time in the day, and I got to keep focusing on this job. At least the USB be more protected without skirt change. Fair. So I rarely leave anything plugged into it. I use it for hooking up camera for time lapses or for reflashing tool board. You know, I can plug it in there, connect to the tool board, not have to flip the machine up, and I can do a reflash. All right, here's a fun one for you. I'm gonna move this camera angle real quick. Ugh. The bed on this. Here's something I haven't shown before because it's stupid of me. Actually, I have technically shown this, but I'd never showed the aftermath. Let's see if we can take a look. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I ran a print by accident at one point, which looking at it, it was Trident parts. I can see it. It's Trident parts. So I had pulled the bed off. What I often do on this machine is I'll pull the bed off, I'll slap it on top of the machine, let it cool off, and then crack parts off of it. And so with Auto Z offset, it can reset Z and just run. And so, yeah. No, it's Z parts. It's Z parts for a Trident. Probably for the my Trident 300 build. But it stuck well. It stuck well and ate the magnet up. It just grounded the magnet. Well, neither confirm or deny I've done that. Yeah. So that's getting replaced. That's getting replaced. Also, where is the camera going? Wherever it wants to go. So, also, this bed is going on an adventure. Yes, it is. The bed heater is only a 250 millimeter bed heater on this right now. It's, you know, only 75% of the bed has a bed heater. It's actually for like an Ender 3. I'm pretty sure it's an Ender 3 bed heater it's on here. Actually, yeah, it's an Ender 3 bed heater, so it's only 235. It's not even 250. So it's 235 by 235 on a 300 millimeter bed. Puldic reality, yeah. It was when I was building this machine, was COVID time, and I could not find a 300 millimeter bed quickly. And like, I didn't want to hold the project up. So I didn't. I just put it, I actually had an Ender 3 bed in inventory, a mains voltage, like 550 watt, 600 watt, I think it's a 600 watt mains voltage bed heater. And that's what's on here. So that's getting replaced with an edge-to-edge from Fabrico. Full 300 bed heater from Fabrico is going on here. High temp magnet from Fabrico is going on there. And a new bed sheet, probably from Honey Badger Fabrico as well. Yeah. So, but fun fact, I saw somebody in the Voron forum, or the Voron Discord actually made a point about it. I have done 300 millimeter prints on this thing. Like, I bake my bed before I run a print, like ASA or ABS print. I will bake the bed for like 20 minutes before I get it going. Also, why are you, oh, I was kneeling on my keyboard. Also, what was I going to say? Yeah, preheat the bed a long time, get the chamber heating. Oh, the other thing, the other saving grace, it's a long list of things to do tonight. Yeah, it is, especially at the pace I'm going at. The other thing about it is this is a precise printer parts bed. If you replace the bed, keep it for cooling parts down, it'll stay flat while parts cool and you can help prevent warping. That's a good idea. I'm not replacing the bed. I'm going to have to scrape the magnet and scrape the heater off of this bed. I'm going to be keeping them. Not going rigid Z joints. These are standard Z joints, and I am going CNC Z joints that have a give to them. I have a macro. It doesn't start the print until the chamber hits 45, 50 C. This chamber rarely gets that hot. I've got a thermistor. Spin it around. I've got a chamber thermistor down here at the back bottom of the frame and chamber, and I've got one here mounted on the gantry. I usually look at this one more so, but I generally get to like maybe 40 Celsius on a regular basis. But yeah. But what was the other factor with this is one of the saving graces, I think, forgetting which camera angle I'm on, is the bed I'm using. If anybody, I'll pull it up real quick because I don't know why they've not gotten, they seem like Mandala Roseworks gets way more fanfare than Precise Printer Parts does. And they make good products, so I get that. But I'm going to pull it up. What did you do for the toolhead wiring to not sag down? It is cable sleeved. There's a piece of nylon filament in there. So there's a length of nylon filament run alongside of the cable and the braiding. Those two things keep it from sagging. I have zero sag issues. Never have. Here, this is the bed that I have in this thing. So it's got ears up at the top for M3 screws that act as backstops for the build plate. And then it has a groove. It has a groove in the top surface that a thermistor sits in. So the bed thermistor in this, I can't pull it up now, but I can fire it back up, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. The thermistor that I use for heat up is the top thermistor. So the bed heater heats until the whole bed is baked through. And in fact, I have the thermistor on the underside of the bed still in like my config so I can see it. The underside of the bed will be at like 120 when the top side of the bed is like 100. Or yeah, like it's pretty significant. The drastic difference in bottom to top side temperature. So yeah, that's the build plate that I'm using in this thing. I really like these. I use their beds in a lot of my machines with that top side sensor location. I quite like it. So, okay, back to what do we want to do now? What are we going to do now? Do we want to take a look at the electronics, I guess? I'm going to need access in there before too long, so I guess we might as well. Because I'm going to need to get in there. I'm trying to figure out why. I want to see if the fans came unplugged or what. As far as why it's overheating. Boop, there goes the gantry. All right. The electronics box on this thing is a disaster, and I will be cleaning it up as part of this. I'm going to rewire a handful of things about this project. Like, especially, well, I'll be going from CAN to USB, so there's a change that'll give me some pause. But I'm also going to, right now, the bed doesn't have the way I build things nowadays, where I have disconnects for like usually I have disconnects for thermistor, Wagos for the mains voltage to the bed, so I can like remove a bed easily. This is wired all the way back to the SSR, to the main board, so like I don't have that here. So I will be doing that as part of this upgrade for serviceability. 2 times Mandic till I catch up. Welcome in. Hopefully you're not hearing this at 2 times, but well, you are by the time you get to it. So is what it is. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Joseph, yeah. Okay. Get the bottom panel off. Whew. Dusty, dirty. I don't know if you can see that on camera. So I've got Like I said, I got Noctua fans on there. Got Noctua fans on there. There's a blob of filament down in here. Of course there is. Damn, what did I miss? Hate it when work gets in the way of stream. But you missed us looking at input shaper graphs and just starting to take a look at this thing, taking it apart. It's a teardown stream. Power it up and confirm that the fans aren't toast, or the fan situation. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, I can see some filament stuck in this fan, of all things. A little bit of filament. Yeah, I guess I might as well. Let me see if they're just plugged in. They are plugged in. They are both plugged in. So, okay. Maybe I'll be doing a mainboard change if that's not the problem. Gotta turn it on its side so I can get to the electronics, or the electronics, the IEC connector. Plug it in. Plug it in. Powering up. If you see it here, I don't know if anybody, I've only ever done like a short about it, and I think I've mentioned it in one video. I do run this off of, I run it on an SSD. So this machine runs on an SSD. I forgot how OCD you went on wiring. This isn't even OCD, this is a disaster. This is actually pretty clean, okay. This has been through like 3 or 4 revamps where like I changed things as I went, or like I never had LEDs in the chamber when I first put it together, so I had to add those and like dumb things like that. So to me, this is a disaster zone. Okay. Now I want to pull up mainsail. Let's get a closer view. Closer view. All right. These are set. I think these are set the same way as the chamber or the side fans, the side chamber fans. Joseph Grenier. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing. I'm sure I am because that I's before the N. Thank you for becoming a channel member. Much appreciated. Thank you, Joseph. I'm 90% sure I have these set to when the motors engage, they kick on. So I know I can't manually turn them on. Pretty sure. Yeah, no, I can't manually turn them on. I just have to. Let's do a home. No, they're spinning. They are blowing. So that's great. Why are you overheating then? As I run this thing on its side. Positron says what? Maybe filament was jamming the one up? Yeah. Maybe. Let's see what happens if I do a QGL on its side. Try reducing current? No. One problem I do have that I want to address is the umbilical catches on the Z chain. So I'm going to go to, when I redo this, red wires unplugged at the board. No. You know what? The side fans aren't spinning. Why are the side fans not spinning? They're plugged in. Maybe that's a problem. Another 90 degrees and you have a positron. Yep. I don't think I've gotten through a quad gantry level yet. I wonder if that piece of filament was keeping that one fan from spinning. Nuno, about reducing current. I really don't want to. This thing was tuned in and ran really well. And, oh, bound to the heater in the config. You're right, they're bound to the bed heater. You're right, they're bound to the bed heater. Bottom panel could be making it hotter. They are very close to the bottom panel. They're only like 5 millimeters off the bottom panel. Not helping. Maybe I'll redesign that as part of this. We'll see. Nice Cube, welcome to channel membership. Thank you for the support, Nice Cube. My clicky probe just dropped. I can't believe we just got through that. Seeing it run sideways makes me laugh. Yeah. So, all right. Electronics drawer mod. Has somebody done that? Could I have enough drag on the fan to cause 2 fans to brown out? They're on 2 different fan ports. They are on separate fan ports. They're not wired together, but who knows? Who knows? Could you laser cut small vent holes? No, because I have ACM panel. The bottom panel is ACM, so I can't do that. Put longer feet on it to gain some clearance. I have to lower the bottom panel. The bottom panel is the problem. Because it's an ACM bottom panel, it's aluminum with plastic in between, my laser won't cut it. So I would have to manually mark it, but it'd be really, it's really easy to know where I need to cut because, I don't know if you can see it, there's quite a bit of dust right where the fans are. So they're very well marked out. Just don't use the bottom panel. Yeah. I don't have a drill press right now. I sold my drill press before the move, so got to get a new one. Could cut it on the Milo. Could. I just added rock and roller to mine to tip it to the back. I would like to do that, yeah. I do want to add a drill press to the studio. Maybe before the end of the year, I can make that happen. But like Nuno said, just don't run the bottom panel. For the moment, maybe I just won't run the bottom panel. So we'll see. Design a fan duct air path to move air over specific components. Yeah, that was what I originally did. Originally, I designed a duct that had this side fan blow over the steppers a little nicer. I'm more than slightly tempted to change this to like LDO orientation and just totally redo this where the main board would be in front of these fans better. I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen, but okay. Proper shutdown. Okay. I don't think we need to do anything more. Well, I'm probably just going to cut the bed wiring. I could cut it by, if I need to drill holes, I can just drill with a regular drill. I don't need a drill press. Drill press is the nice way to do it, but good sanity check. Yeah, good sanity check, except for the fact that now it's a good sanity check, except I don't know why it worked. You know, that age-old problem. Print a drill press on the fat rig. So, okay. U2C's going away. Oh, I forgot that I'm not running an Omron SSR. It's an off-brand SSR. I burned up one at some point. So, yep. All right. I guess we'll start taking the gantry apart. I think I'm going to take the gantry apart before I get the bed out of here because it'll be a little more open. So, might as well. Might as well. I put two 60-20 fans on my main board and it dropped the temp 80 to 44. That's really solid. That one's really long, running a long way. Okay. A bunch of dust stuck in this fan, in my hot end fan. Dust and crud. Whew. Okay. I gotta get the electronics open. Can I? I'm trying to think. Will I be able to? It's been a while since I've taken this apart. My 2.4 will throw over temps without side fans. Trying to print skirts to mount them. Yeah. I need to find parts bags. I don't know where they all are right now. I definitely need to get the umbilical off of here because I'm going to be redoing that for the USB. Both going to be redoing it for the USB, and I'm also going to be ditching the Z chain. So I got to rewire the motors, everything on the gantry. It's got to get rewired. The end stop switches, because I don't run sensorless homing. And I'm going to go to Heart K's part bags are in the kitchen labeled sandwich bags. Yeah, I also have parts bags saved. So need to sleep. Form next to weights. All right, Helga. Thank you for being here and have fun. Say hi to everybody for me. Wish I was there. From Mandic with love. Yeah. My standoff is spinning. Dang it. I need a pair of pliers to hold it still. You were there, actually. Yeah, I know. So Not showed me. Big Tree Tech's lucky I like them. They don't necessarily have commercial usage rights for that. But I don't mind them. Sensorless homing, sensorless getting Das Boot. No, I've never had sensorless. I don't like sensorless. I don't run sensorless if I can help it. So this has sensors, and it's going to continue to have sensors. There's a X switch is on the. I like it on X. I've got the X switch mounted to Toolhead right now. We are going to be going to a CNC carriage, so I'm going to have to make a mount for that. But yeah, and the Y switch is back here. So nope. I don't trust sensorless enough. Are you going for the umbilical to the top? No, umbilical is going to stay like this. My umbilical is going to stay like this, but I'm going to do Heart K's gantry umbilical. So he's got that design for an umbilical that just runs underneath the gantry, like just wire instead of cabling. I'm going to run that on this. That's what I'm going to do. I like on this machine, I like the umbilical here because I like to use I sometimes use the full Z height, and I don't like how much gets coiled up in the top if the umbilical comes through the vent housing. So, yep. Okay. Removal of this. I'd like to remove it as a unit, but that's not going to happen. I'd like to remove it as a unit, but I don't think that's going to happen. If I do it really carefully, I might be able to get this all out together. I don't want to mess with the delicate connectors on the board at this moment, at least not from this perspective. What's still holding? There we go. Oh. Wrong way. Z umbilical does look clean. Yeah. I'm also going to be doing, when I do a Z umbilical, I'm going to, Chamois supposed to be sending me some PCBs. So I'm going to mount PCBs to the gantry for the motors and the thermistor. So I can wire from these to PCBs mounted on the gantry, and then from those, so like I can remove the motors, swap them out or something, and not have to undo the whole umbilical to do so. I like that, and it's something I wish I would have done at the onset of this build, is like more serviceability points that I'm going to regret right now. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, hex wrench to get the rest of the stealth burner off. Poor printer. It's getting a good life. It's getting love and attention. You know what? I gotta unplug stuff anyway. This is the Z switch. Not Z switch, the clicky probe and the X switch, I mean. Let me just unplug this stuff. Delicate little frickin' tiny little what is it? pH connectors. I hate these things. Hate those things. Come on. There's like no room in here with Galileo to get this connector there. All right. Shammy sell those boards. Yes, Shammy does sell those boards. I actually asked Shammy to make them, and then he did, and then he says he sent me a set. I don't have them, so I don't know what happened there. But yeah. That's why I don't like steppers with built-in cables, yeah. Didn't you have an RP2040 version of that with it has JST plugs? No. It's the 2209 that has the JST plugs. And, ooh, wow. Well, that's interesting. You can't see it, but it's my hot end is stuck to the gantry. I'm going to show you here real quick. Hard for you to see, but this... So here's the hot end that I run. Adjust this. The NextG hot end. So this is a prototype unit. It doesn't have the Dragon frame. And this cable, the thermistor cable here, was contacting the carriage and was melted to it. It was stuck. You can see it's deforming the housing here a little bit. You might be able to see. So I might need to address that a little bit. I might need to address that. We'll see. Cookie Cad, welcome in. Boop. As I adjust exposure. Okay. So, yep. Got a little hot. Got a little hot in there. There were two versions, 2209, one with tiny ones, RP2040, which has the JST. There are three versions, actually. There's the 2209 with the tiny connectors. There's RP2040 with the tiny connectors. I had one of those. The RP2040 does come with tiny connectors. And then there is a... Actually, I think I have it. That's a bad one. That's a bad 2209. But there is a 2209 with bigger connectors. Is this it? This is it. Or maybe I'm wrong. It might be a 2040. Oh, you're right. It's 2040. There is, yep, that is what it is. So you're right. You're right. It is 2040, but there it is. So bigger connector, JST connector. This is the RP2040 version. You are correct. But there is also an RP2040 version with the small connectors. So it comes in either flavor. Oh, Shammy, thank you for the super chat, Shammy. Much, much, much appreciated. You dropped me a DM about those. Okay, cool. I will take a look when I get a chance. Shammy in the house. Yeah. As all my boards are kicking around back there. Okay. So, this is all Toolhead associated hardware. And check. Okay, yeah. Check my... Shammy, what is your website? It's XR Bunker. XRBunker.com, right? .works. Oh, yep, okay. Dropping it in chat. That's Shammy's website. That is there. All right. Now we get to take, I guess I'm just going to pop the carriage off. I'm going to replace the rail. The x-axis rail is getting replaced. I'm going to lube and clean the y-axis rails. There's nothing really wrong with the X-axis rail. It could just use a greasing, but I have the Physec lightweight one. We're bringing filament to the show for raffle, but not to sell. Oh, you can't? All right, well, too much issue? Back to dinner. All right, thank you, Shammy. Too much of an issue selling filament? I guess that kind of makes sense. So, Cookie CAD will be at Smurf. They are sponsoring my trip to Smurf. Thank you very much for that to them. So, everybody, show your appreciation to Cookie CAD, please. Stealing some Cookie CAD again. I probably will too. I'll also be giving away a Cookie CAD 3D printer. So, my Cookie CAD Voron Zero project built with Cookie CAD ABS, I will be giving away in England. Yeah. Somebody's going to get to win it. Boom. There it comes off that piece. Is this warped? I can't remember. I think this is one of the original printed parts for this build. So, yeah. I want that V0 so bad. Your responsibility to get it home if you win it. I don't know where I got these rails from. This one feels chunky. Nah, not terrible. But, yeah. All right, I can unbelt this thing now. I can unbelt this thing. I wonder how chewed up this belt is. I'm gonna see when I get it out of here. Does it come with a coffin case? No, no coffin case. I gotta get it shipped out soon. I haven't shipped it to England yet, and I realized today, I'm like, oh wow, that's gonna be really soon. My wife won't let me go, but I could just put it in the car. Good evening, Aaron. Welcome in. How chewed up? This belt's a little fairly chewed up. I definitely got some like dug in on the side. I want to say this belt is like 5.5 millimeters wide now. Rebuilt your 2.4 with Cookie CAD Dark Magic. Sick. Yeah, this belt is now 5.6 millimeters wide. So definitely riding on some bearing edge. Pretty hard. Yeah, that one's garbage. They're both garbage. They're both getting replaced completely, but this one looks better. So it's just the one that was really rubbing. I'll probably hold on to this for like spare belt bits. That one can hang out. Riding on the edge, yes. Oh, that feels smooth. That feels good. Almost ashamed to take that rail apart and grease it, but that feels good. I like that. I like that. Okay, okay. Nomad's going to get arrested stealing Cookie CAD filament in England. Going to stick the bobbies on him. Are you keeping the Gantry 6mm or going 9? Keeping it 6. It's going to stick 6 on this one. This one is staying 6. My next 2.4 build, I'm going to go 9, but not this one. We're going to stick the bobbies on Nomad. Stick the bobbies on him. I got the British ultimate weakness. A gun. Yeah, a gun, yes. Ugh. What filament did I use for the 2.4? This is all Cookie... No, sorry. I'm so Cookie CAD on the brain. This is all... Good evening, flying Gantry enthusiasts. Joe Show, welcome in. This is all Polymaker ASA. So it's Polymaker Purple ASA, Polymaker Teal ASA, and Black ASA. Not Jet Black. Not Jet Black, regular black. Because I built this before Jet Black existed. But it is all Polymaker ASA. We got an American's ultimate weakness, a globe. Come on. Uh-oh. Sounds like the battery on this is getting a little low. Is it worth switching to a lightweight hollow gantry? I don't know. I've not tested that thoroughly. I've got one in my Trident, but I haven't tested it yet. So a lot of people question the rigidity and the strength and just say to stick with these. I'm going to be sticking with this standard gantry just because I don't want to buy another one. I'm happy with this machine. It just needs love. I'm not worried about pushing this machine much harder than I already do. I'd like to get some better accelerations, sure, but I'm not that worried about it. V.2 is CookieCAD. My 0.2 is CookieCAD. So my 0.2 build used all CookieCAD. I don't really understand if you can use T-nuts or spring nuts with that. You mean like the lightweight gantries? The lightweight gantries are you thread into the gantry. That's one place you actually save a lot of weight on that, is there's no additional hardware. But just picked up some CookieCAD Dark Magic TPU for my Death Racer. Rad. I got to get my Death Racer built. Nero talked about how it's only 2 weeks away till we fly out, and I'm not thrilled about that. I started printing. I might as well show you folks. Part of what CookieCAD is sponsoring for my trip to Smurf is a Death Racer build. So I'm using Funfetti for the main body. So it's their like clear, sparkly. CookieCAD, thank you for the super chat. CookieCAD coming in with the super chat. Come to Smurf and win Mantic Really's colorful CookieCAD Voron 0.2. No CookieCAD for Nomad until he builds a positron with Melissa. So, yes, thank you to CookieCAD for sponsoring my trip to Smurf and this Death Racer build. So I'm using CookieCAD PETG for the Death Racer. So Funfetti for the main body components. So they're like clear. And then Unicorn. Was it Unicorn? Yeah, Unicorn. Unicorn for the tracks. Unicorn TPU for the tracks. So, going to be colorful. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be cool. We'll see. I don't have time to customize it as much as I wanted to. I really wanted to customize it a little more, but I'm just going to build like a bog standard Death Racer because I don't have time. I've got too many projects. I've got 3 projects I technically need to finish before I leave in 2 weeks. And it usually takes me 2 weeks to do one. So, yay. Yeah, part of why I'm working on this is I'm hoping to have it up sooner rather than later so it can contribute. Because this is like my most reliable machine when it was working well. Okay. Remove the clicky base mount, because that's not going to be there anymore. Gotta go, Jose. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by, Jose. Have yourself a good one. All right. I'm going to put toolhead wiring somewhere. Wiring. Hardware. Yeah, my Death Racer is going to be Funfetti. It's going to be Mermaid. It's going to be Dark Magic. And I feel like I'm forgetting something. Witchcraft. Witchcraft, I believe. So, quite a bit of... It's going to be a very colorful CookieCAD, not inspired, but CookieCAD printed Death Racer. So, yeah. All right. Crap. I'm looking at this. I'm like, I gotta... do I cut the wires to the motors? I don't really want to, but I might. I might just cut the motor wires. I don't know. I need to find ABS ASA that's a good enough imitation of old transparent atomic purple stuff from the 90s. There's not a lot of transparent ABS and ASA, so good luck. If you find it, I am very intrigued. I would be very interested to see that. Reach out to S3D. S3D with their ambrosia products, their ambrosia filaments, they're quite open to suggestions on what they should do color-wise. So reach out to S3D. I'm not saying they're going to do it, whatever, but give it a shot. I don't know about transparent with that too. Maybe Cookie Cat can give us some input on transparent ASA, ABS, if there's an issue with that or what. I don't know. To be honest, transparent ABS I've used is very brittle. Might not work very well. Cool. I mean, not cool, but good information. I've never used any, so I can't say. Ditto on Atomic Purple. I reshelled my Steam Deck front and back with Atomic Purple. Then got purple resin custom buttons. Sick. I've got a, I think I've got an Atomic Purple housing for my Switch. I forget. I've been meaning to rebuild my Switch for so long. Very brittle. How's everyone doing tonight? All right, all right. Then again, filament makers are wizards. Yeah. Maybe a little TPU or something mixed in there to give it a little flex. Who knows? There's all kind of madness that they can do out there when it comes to filaments. Witchcraft. It's all witchcraft, not just Cookie Cat witchcraft filament. It's alchemy. Filament alchemy. What I want to see is colored CF filament become more available. Ambrosia from West3D, they've got colored variants. I would also like to see more of that. But Cookie Cat, not Cookie Cat, y'all are, I can't stop thinking Cookie Cat. West3D Ambrosia, they have some colored materials. Just ordered SNES decals for the Steam Deck. Cool. I've been so close to getting a Steam Deck. I don't have time to play. That's my thought though, as I'm like, I don't play games enough. I should get a Steam Deck so I could play games, and like the limited time I have, I can just play on the go. But then I don't have time to game. But then it makes sense to get one because I don't have time to game, so maybe I'd have time to get... yeah. Circular logic. It was Wiseworks ABS, random white label filament from Amazon. There's some weird filaments out there like that, so you can game all the way to Smurf. Yeah, I definitely have to. It's gonna be a long flight, so I should really work on my Switch before then. Maybe Sunday stream will crack open my Switch. I don't know. Third world problems. Yeah. Yeah, because I've got all the parts to rebuild my Switch. Used Switches are getting cheap. My Switch works. I could use it. It's just the battery doesn't last as long as it used to. So I got a new battery for it, slightly larger, and just replacement. Stick drift. I've got stick drift now, so I got some Hall effect switch sticks for it, and I forget what else, but. I haven't played the new Zelda, so I could get that, play it on the plane. Super easy to work on, yeah. I've been meaning to do a stream where I just rebuild it. I'm pretty sure an Atomic Purple housing for it. I'm pretty sure that's what I ordered. That clear Atomic Purple housing look. Pretty sure that's what I got. I had a metal back for it, but I think I'm just gonna use the Atomic Purple one because the metal back, I wanted it for heat dissipation so I could overclock it because mine is an original one, so I can like mod the heck out of it if I really want to. But I don't think I will. I don't know. I don't really feel like a need. But whatever. Cool kids print on planes. Nomad disagrees. Don't print on planes. Okay. What's next? I'll pop off the... I guess I gotta remove the gantry at this point. So I'm gonna pop the belts off, I guess. The only thing that's gonna hold me up from removing the gantry is the bed. Cool kids print on planes once. I have several opinions. All of them include don't. All of them include don't. Is that the XYZ plane? Ha 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 ha. Ha. I see what you did there. I see. Okay. Okay, so I gotta pop off the Z chain and get some of the wire for the motor. I've got to get some of the XY, the A, B motors wiring exposed, I guess. There's no way there's a law about it. Not yet. Not yet. I'm pretty sure Nomad just doesn't want it to be called Nomad's Law or the positron law. Pretty sure that's just the bad marketing that looking to avoid. Be the reason laws are made. Yes, there absolutely is a law. There's a law for a lot of things. There's no such thing as bad publicity. You say that. I feel like those days are gone. I feel like the days of no such thing as bad publicity. Like, yeah, there might be no such thing as bad publicity, but do you want the publicity that goes to the people who won't have a problem with the bad publicity? Kind of hard to explain what I mean by that, but I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. That is a lie. Look at Jaguar. Has people looking at Jaguar, even if it's in a weird way. There was a post about someone finding crawdad parts, crawfish parts in their Cinnamon Toast Crunch. What did I do? I got Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Nomad, I think that says more about you than it does about anything else. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I do. But I don't know. Don't know. Okay. It's the taste you can see. Okay. Get the end of his chain off of here. I wonder if it's the same size chain on the Milo. I think it is. I actually need extra chain on the Milo. That sounds nasty, crawfish and yeah, that sounds real nasty. Sounds like really nope. That sounds like a nope to me. But what do I know? What do I know? Definitely nothing. Definitely not that. Would it count as seafood then? Okay. The weird thing is, like, marketing now, they're trying to do like the absurdist marketing of the 90s and 2000s, but it feels like they're just trying too hard. I don't know. Just a little extra crunch in the mix. Looking for snips. Snippy snips for a couple of zippy ties. Free up some of this wiring a little bit so I can cut the motor wires. Like I said, I'm going to be redoing the motor wires to PCBs on the gantry, so I can cut the wires versus totally unwiring things. But I want to leave myself as much as I can to work with. Eat it, Quiznos. Exactly. Exactly what they're going for. Some companies are, anyway. Exactly. Snip. There goes some LDO motor wiring. It goes snip, snip. Bam. Okay. That's out of my way. I can get... does this camera have a good view? Kinda. I feel like Subway's marketing problems are a whole different story from that era. What gantry PCBs are you using? I'm going to be using some of Chamois' stuff. What I'm talking about with that is, let me switch and show you real quick. Chamois got... Where are they at? Let me find them. I actually asked Chamois to make them forever ago. I don't see them. I don't see them on Chamois' site. What the heck? Maybe he doesn't have them? I know Fabrico has them. All right, Fabrico it is. I want everything on Chamois' site. Don't we all? Don't we all? There we go. Nope, that's not what I want. Dang it. Where is it? There we go. 4-pin XH unions. This is what I'm talking about. So, are you going to load? Yeah, there we go. So it's a 4-pin XH union, so JST XH. So I'll mount 2 of these to the back gantry on here, and then I'll go from the motors to these, and then from these to the main board. So it's like super easy for me to unplug and service things, like right now where I have to freaking cut the wiring. So that's it. That's all I mean by PCBs. Chamois made these forever ago. And yeah, so that's all. I'm going to be running them on my Trident. I'm going to be running them on this. I'm probably going to put them on everything moving forward because I love the idea of just being able to like swap motors with a quick unplug and like maybe have to rewire a JST connector onto something, but I'm good with that. So yeah, that's all. Okay, back to where I was at. Motor wiring is undone, so I can get the gantry out. I can undo the gantry. I gotta undo the belts off of the gantry. And then, well, no, I might as well, before I undo the belts, I'll undo the rails so that it doesn't fall, because it's gonna want to fall. I don't know if the chaotic kit comes with hardware or not. I should probably know that. I don't know where the chaotic kit is at the moment for all the CNC components I'm going to be putting on. I know it's around here. I've seen it many times since the move, but I don't 100% know where it is. at the moment. Just gonna end up with a pile of hardware when this is all done. Oh well. Imagine losing a chaotic kit due to chaos. That would be my luck in this studio. That would be my luck in this studio. It is chaos, and I do lose things quite often. It's like Shammy, I talked to Shammy earlier. He said he sent me those PCBs. I don't know where they are. I don't remember getting them. I'm not by no means calling him a liar. Like they got lost somewhere. Whether my mailbox lost them, USPS lost them, or I lost them, I don't think so. I really don't remember getting them, but I don't know. That was pre-move too. Pre-move is like a whole different era at this point, so. Pre-move is I want to say BC, but PM doesn't make as much sense. Pre-Portland, post-Philly, it's PP either way. Either way, it's PP, so nah. Speaking of PP, I need one, yeah. I went before stream. Domino is pacing around the studio. She has a pad in here, though. Ruby's not home right now, so I can't call her to ask her to take her out. She's off doing a marketing event for tattoo artists. Hosting a marketing event for tattoo artists. Proud of her. She's getting out of her comfort zone, presenting in front of people. Hopefully it goes well. She's also recording it. You have a stream before a stream. Yes. It's very important to have a stream before a stream. Very important. What are your plans for this machine? Overhaul. It's getting CNC components for the gantry, for the motion system, in place of the printed parts. Sticking the 6mm belts. Rewiring a handful of things, mostly just to like clean up creature comfort stuff. Replacing the bed heater because it's undersized. Lubing and replacing, cleaning up rails. Just a solid overhaul. Are we rebuilding the Voron for maintenance or new stuff? Mixture of both. It needed maintenance. So if I'm disassembling it for maintenance, I might as well make some changes. It's pretty much what it comes down to. It was having issues, so if I'm going to disassemble it, might as well. Stephen, I went to Tattoo Charlie's in Louisville, Kentucky. Most clever slogan I've ever seen. Tattoos while you wait. Not like I'd be leaving parts to pick up. Hey, you never know. I mean, there's possibility. Somebody could drop off their prosthetic limb. Reminder to myself, do not flip us over. I have CNC parts, all Vitali stuff. Vitali makes great stuff. I'm going to be using Vitali's carriage in this, but everything else is Chaotic Lab. We're calling Chris Jacobs and Chip Foose for a proper overhaul, and fine. They are welcome. I could use the machine back up and running and the time to go work on other projects. After this stream, I've got to get off of here and go work on getting a video done for submission yet tonight. So I've got to get a video submitted to a sponsor tonight for approval. Why are you stuck on there? Did I not unscrew you all the way? I did not. I left a screw in this one. Ugh, a lot of grease on this. Waiting on Vitali's 9mm tap and a few 9mm upgrades. Cool. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I have no intention of going tap. I'm putting a beacon on this. Beacon. I'm gonna go beacon. Gonna go beacon. Wrong size. Come on. All right. Oh, my little wobblies are out of there. I guess I'll undo the bottom side of the belt first. It's gonna be a little easier. These printed parts look like crap. These printed parts don't look great, so I'm not upset about replacing them. Everyone is wrong. Clicky is the way. I have Clicky on here right now, and I like Clicky just fine, but I don't know. It's had enough issues with bad clicks, bad switch issues. Now my macros are all screwed up for no apparent reason. Just one day it stopped running properly. It wasn't even like an update. Like, oh, I updated, now it's not working. Like, I have no idea. Just one print to another, it just stopped working well. So, ditching it. We're going beacon. Get to faster printing. Still have to wait for bed to heat up, but you know, whatever. Do I still need the Z switch if I do go to beacon? I've been wanting to explore it, just got used to tap. No, you do not. You can use beacon as your Z limit switch. That's what my rot rig uses, beacon as limit switch. I'm gonna keep the limit switch on mine. Just, I like having a physical switch that it can tap off of, and like, I always worry that one day that beacon's gonna act up, and if it acts up in a bed mesh, that's one thing. If it acts up on homing, that's different. So I'm gonna leave the switch on this one, but I am going to put beacon on it. But you can use beacon as homing, yes, and get rid of the switch if you wish. Little late, how's it going, everyone? Welcome in, Bearded Bucket. It is going, it's going. Getting torn down. Not much left. Almost ready to take the gantry out. Almost. I'm gonna pop the top side off. Be easier to reach. Be easier to unbelt from the top. Probably gonna end up having to replace all of these belts. The Z belts are fine, but I cut them short. Not short, but like there's no extra length. So if the CNC parts aren't exactly the same lengthwise, I'm gonna have to replace these. One. Limit switch can fail too. You're right. Which will fail less? Which will fail less option. Yeah. House cartographer with CAN, never run it. Don't have any interest in doing so. I'm switching to a USB tool board that has, on this I'm going to be switching to a USB tool board. Belts are a might as well thing. Yeah, you're not wrong. If I got it apart, might as well. I'm going to be switching to a USB tool board specifically so I don't have to run extra wires, because it has a USB port on it, so I can plug the beacon into the tool board. Maybe that closer to the bed for easier handling? Nah, let's live dangerously. Thank you for looking out, but come on, it'll be a fun stream. BTT EBB USB? No. Yes, no. The BTT 2209 Stealth Burner board. The SB 2209, but in USB version, yes. From Big Tree Tech. Dark Third Dimension. I learned a good coding AI coding trick for that we were talking about on stream. Cool. Drop it in the Discord. Let's chat about it, because I need to get on that project soon too. I have one in the box I can try. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be setting up on this. So, Stealth Burner, why? Because the Stealth Burner works perfectly fine for my needs, and I like the way it looks. I print mostly ASA on this machine. More like 75% ASA, and it works perfectly fine. Cooling, flow rate, everything. I don't have a need to switch to anything else. I have other machines I'm going to play with, Zoll and A4T. I considered putting Reaper on this, but I'm pretty sure you lose a little bit of build volume with Reaper, don't you? I forget. I considered it. All right. All right. Digital Matrix IO joined up as a channel member. Thank you for the support. Greatly appreciated. Thank you, Digital Matrix IO. Belts out. Another belt out. Ah. I think people forget ABS ASA was the design goal for SB. PLA cooling was not a priority, so that's why it's not the best. Totally. Totally. And it works perfectly fine for that purpose. Like, I don't even run anywhere near 100% fan. I could push it harder if I really wanted. Just got my Vitali carriage, LDO Nighthawk, and a few Revo hot end parts, PZ probe and 60 watt in last week. I've yet to put in. Cool. Greetings from the other coast, not too far from your last stomping grounds. All right, thank you for stopping by. Digital Matrix, sounds like some fun stuff. I'm going to be putting the Vitali, oh, missed one belt. I'm going to be putting a Vitali Toolhead carriage in this, but that's it from Vitali. Everything else is going to be Chaotic Lab. The Chaotic kit came with tap, so I won't be running that. Be using Vitali's stuff. All right. Carriage is out, or carriage, Gantry is out. I'll set this aside for the minute. Ugh. All right, now I guess we can get the bed out. Get the bed out. It's like getting the lead out, but older? I don't know. That was dumb. I don't know. I tried. Sticking with stock motors, I got some Longboy 2504s to double shear. Sticking stock. I'm going to stay stock on this. I don't have any real reason to switch motors personally on this one, so yeah. Is there a best beacon model to look for? Beacon model Rev H. Rev H is the one that has the accelerometer built into it. It has an accelerometer for input shaping tuning built onto it, and it's down there at your nozzle level, so it's better than like the Toolhead board that I'm going to be using. So yeah, sticking to stock motors. They've been fine. I don't think that they are my limitation on this machine. I think it's belting and other issues. No all-wheel drive? No. Not on this build. Next build. Not on this one. Not on this one. Okay. I'm going to get this chain off of here. Let's get this chain off, out of the way. Oh, yeah. We'll do all-wheel drive when we build a VZ-Bot. If I ever get a VZ-Bot kit. Mello said they were going to send one, but it's been a month and it hasn't shown up yet, so I don't know what's up with that. I was looking at that earlier today. Gonna play with all-wheel drive 24 volt first, then thinking about tube. Cool. I'm gonna be putting tube on the rat rig. Hopefully get to that after Smurf. Hopefully right after Smurf I'll get to putting that on there. Hopefully. Should. Come on. Particular channel in Discord? Nah, go ahead. General banter or talking tech. One of those would make sense. There's too many channels, I know. I know. My Discord's a little busy. But I like segmenting things. It's like folder structure. It's like file structure, you know? Okay. Get that wire out of the way for the moment. I guess we'll get the bed off. Might as well get the bed off. Yeah, I try to make it pretty organized. Yeah, and then I come through and mess with it and add on more ones. So, Nomad tried. Can't take care of me, you know? Too many channels, looks at the Voron Discord. You're right. A place for everything and everything in its place. Yeah. Excel just finished up. So I got parts ready for once I'm off stream. When I'm done stream, I got parts. All right, what do I got to do to get this bed off? Undo my mountain of cable ties for one. So that's going to my Z switch. Here's my temp probe for the top of the bed. I guess I better flip this thing up because my bed wiring's too short to cut it. I'm going to cut it, but I want to cut it with a little more length. I need some more length before I go cutting it. Okay. I need more length. I am just going to end up with a pile of parts in a bin when this is all done. I'm going to regret that, but I've got to get back to the project I'm working on as soon as the stream's over. So, kind of is what it is situation. Clicky PCB, my end stop switch. All right. Cool. I will check it out after stream or once I'm done this project I'm working on. But thank you. Definitely interested in checking out what you figured out. All right. I have to flip this up so I can get to the wiring underneath for the bed. I can undo the toolhead wiring too while I'm in there. We'll see. We'll see. Whew. That printed part sounds bad. I think I'm going to be reprinting skirts. That part just cracked and it doesn't sound good. But that's one of my early prints. It's probably one of the parts that's printed on like my Mark III. I think it's a little warped too. Shock and awe. It was an open air Mark III with a space heater running near it. Okay, so bed wiring is right here. Let's see. Undo this, and one more zip tie. All right. I guess I might as well just undo my bed wiring altogether. It's not that hard to get it all the way back to the board, into the SSR, and get it out. So I will. Not that hard. Might as well do it. Come on. The zip tie is really stuck in there. Okay, SSR. Whew, that did not seem very tight. Yeah, I guess so. Is that an eyelet? I guess it might be an eyelet that I have to get out of here. Yep, eyelet. I don't know what brand SSR this is or where it came from. I know, I forget when or why the Omron burned up, but the Omron burned up at some point, so I'm quite certain the Omron burned up because of me. Quite sure it was my fault. I know exactly what happened. I don't remember when or why, or when in the lifespan of this thing, but Omrons always say load on one side and they say something on the other side, and it always confuses me which way it's supposed to go. And I know I'm not the only one who's made that mistake. I've watched Steve make the same mistake. So, always annoys me. I want to clean this wiring up. This annoys me. I could do so much better here. At some point. Might be part of this project. I don't know. CAN wiring off of here. Off the U2C, which is coming out. Where's that going? Oh, it's just an excess loop. There's a loop of excess CAN wire. Confusing me. A loop of excess CAN wire. CAN cable. Can. But can't on this. Can, but not on this. Can't on this. Or won't for long. All right. Just saw the Prusa SLX post. I haven't really had a chance to look at that closely. Not really a market that I have a ton of interest in, but I'm really curious to see how they're building out their line. I was really I had no expectation of them releasing another a machine like they did, a consumer machine. I was really expecting them to just go harder and harder into industrial and commercial. So yeah. The fact that they came with the Core 1, I was blindsided by it, personally. I thought maybe they'd release an update to the Mini. It was the one thing I could see coming, but nope. Is the SSD powered by the Pi or another source? It is Pi powered. The SSD is Pi powered. SSD is Pi powered. I don't think I loosened this screw, but I just had to tighten back up. Yeah, the SSD is Pi powered. My Pi is powered off a 25 volt. Core Mini in the future would be cool, yeah. My Pi is powered by a 25 watt 5 volt power supply, not by a main board or anything. So it's got plenty of power to supply power to things like a camera and an SSD. So, yep. Yeah, the only thing, I just have a regular USB to SSD to SATA connection for like a adapter cable, like you would plug in an SSD as an external in a laptop or a desktop computer, and that's why I'm running the SSD. And you have to reflash firmware on the Pi to boot off of USB. But that's all. All right. Let's get our thermistor wires out of here. Where are you at? Core Mini would be interesting. Mini needs an update for sure, yeah. Either they need to ditch it or it needs an update. I don't... Kind of shocked it's still in the product line. Kind of shocked it's still in the product line. That's... Where's my bed thermistor? I think I had to replace my bed thermistor at one point, so... Trace back my wires. I don't like how much is interweaved here. I'm gonna have to rewire so much stuff. Money's no object. What printer would you acquire? Ooh. A Vision Miner, probably. Probably, well, that or a Pantheon. Vision Miner or Pantheon. We're not really sure. Probably Vision Miner. I would want the active chamber heating. That's I wish like I'm in the market, but I wish the Pantheon had active chamber heating. God, this is gonna be a mess to rewire. I might start from scratch, or one that does continuous fiber. Continuous fiber is interesting, but I don't know that I have a whole lot of need for it. But then I haven't really tried it to know. I know, like when I visited Joel the first time, he was like, "Oh, do you want to print anything on the Markforge?" I had nothing, but I wanted to. I didn't have any need, so no. Okay, let's get this out of here. Thermistor wire for the bed. Oh, a Mimaki. Ooh, that's a very interesting one. Yeah, I got to get up to see that one at Joel's. I got to get up and visit Joel soon. It's been too long. He keeps inviting me to come up and check out the new studio, and I just haven't gotten up there. I don't have any time. I don't make any time. Only person holding me back is me, but here we are. I get in my own way a lot. I have a way of doing that. All right. Road trip, let's go. Why is there an SSD? That I boot my, this machine runs off an SSD, not an SD card. My Raspberry Pi runs off the SSD. More reliable, faster. Not that it doesn't make any difference speed-wise on a 3D printer, but it is more reliable long-term. So I had an SSD and was like, I'm gonna boot this off an SSD instead of an SD card. And now I've been building more machines with that as part of the design. Would any printer out there help with car projects if you were still heavily in that world? Assert true nerd dominance network, boot the Pi. I mean, I think true nerd dominance would be running a Docker container on my Unraid server and running all of my Clipper machines off of one Docker container. That would be like ultimate nerd dominance, wouldn't it be? I don't know. Oh, wife just noticed we're missing a four-footed friend. Yeah, Jean is not. I don't know where she was. I went looking for her before stream, and she was nowhere to be found. Domino, we got a replacement. We don't have Jean. I think she was in Ruby's office when I started the stream. We got Domino though. Say hi. She's like, I don't want to. What I want is not to be on stream. I want my she wants the thing, the DINNER. It's past time and Dad's busy streaming, so she's not pleased. She is displeased. All right, bed wiring is out, except for, what's this? Oh, it's a ground. Except for the ground. Except for my chassis ground. What kind of dog is Domino? Domino is a Maltese toy poodle mix. Maltese toy poodle mix. I'm sorry, kiddo. Now she's all wound up. She's like, cool, you picked me up. What, are we going to do something now? The furry kind. Yeah. That she is. All right. All right. Bed wiring undone. I can get the bed out. All that just to get the bed wiring undone, which is why I will not be putting it back together like that. This thing is definitely getting JST connectors and PCBs and Wacos, so I can like super easy remove the bed in the future, because that was annoying. It should not be that complicated. Where is, oh, here we go. And we have a Staffy, but she can do a multi-poo. Yeah, well, so can this one. She's impressive like that. She's impressive like that. I've got kinematic bed mounting on this, so I'm just having to undo the kinematic bed mounts, and it should pop right out. All right, let's get this thing out, and then you folks can see just how pathetically small the bed heater is. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, it's only a 500 watt bed heater. I thought it was a 600. But yeah, you can see it's clearly an Ender 3 bed heater because it's got the holes for the Ender 3 leveling. It's probably like 220 by or 210 or no, it's a full 235 by 235. So that's something. It's at least that. But yeah, that's how pathetic the bed heater was on this. So that is definitely coming off, and it's getting a proper one going back in there. Fabrico edge-to-edge heater will be going in. Ugh. It's full cover for an Ender bed. Yep. Oh, you can also see, you never really see this, but I have like insulation on the underside of the bed. I've got the Dynamat type stuff underneath the bed just to try and reflect heat off of the bed back up into the chamber, keep it retained inside. So I should probably redo the Nevermore with the newer version. This is a V5, so I guess I could reprint that for the V6 version. No reason to, but no reason not to. No. I'm probably just going to leave that. There's no reason to do it. Is it Dynamat? It's not. It's off-brand, but yeah. Off-brand, but yes. I put it in there mostly for the aluminum backing portion of it to reflect heat away from the electronics box and keep it in the chamber. That's why I have it there. All right. I don't know how much more we're going to do yet on this stream. We could tear down the x-axis, but I just wanted to do disassembly this time, and it's going, I mean, as quickly as I really could have expected it to go. Not sure if the version has the option to have JST coming out of the unplug easier. This one does have JST in it, so that's a pretty solid reason to stick with this version. The cover doesn't fit very nicely though. It's like loose. It doesn't make noise. I don't remember it making noise anyway, so I'll probably just stick with it. But yeah. This one, I do have the JST connection on it though. I did wire up a JST connector version. Okay. Sex bolt can stay in place. That doesn't need to go anywhere. What else? I mean, there's the Toolhead wiring, but I want to be a little more strategic about undoing that, I think. So I think we might be done with the machine itself. Oh, I put some screws back into the... I can put screws back in the kinematic mounts real quick. Where did I just put the screws for the kinematic mounts? Oh, they're there. Put them back in so I don't lose them. Why are you having trouble threading in? Interesting. We'll chase that out later. And this one. All right, and we can get the frame out of the way. I'm gonna take a quick picture to prove that it's stripped down to this point. Okay. I love Velcro cable ties, but I hate that they stick to my feet all the time because I work in socks. Ugh, free Loctite, yeah. Oh wow, this is so much lighter. That is so much lighter. It's amazing how much just removing the gantry and the panels made a difference. I don't think I do. I don't have a dustpan handy. So much filament that was stuck down in the electronics box, it's wild. Or fell out of the machine from being in the base. One or the other. One or the other. Bed was the biggest. Oh, right, bed. Duh. Forgetting I removed the bed. Yeah, of course that was the biggest weight. Of course that was the most weight that it was removed. Duh. Okay. We might as well disassemble the whole gantry. Might as well disassemble the whole gantry. It's got to get taken apart anyway. I'm going to re-grease these rails. Why do I have that? I thought so. I'm confused. I've got LDO rails for the Y-axis. My Y-axis rails are LDO rails, but the X-axis doesn't say LDO. I don't know where this one came from. I wonder if that got mixed up at some point. It definitely doesn't feel as good as the Y-axis do. So, I don't know. It's getting replaced anyway. The X-axis is getting replaced. The Y-axis, I'm just going to grease them. Okay. Did you have dual MGN9? No, single MGN12. I started this build when R1 came out, 2.4 R1, where it's always been Stealth Burner. It was never Afterburner. I waited on Stealth Burner to release. So it's always been Stealth Burner, and it's always been an MGN12 rail, and it's always... I started when 2.4 R1 was released, and I went to, but by the time I was done, 2.4 R2 was out, and I like mixed and matched between the two to get it all together. Maybe a different one for a Z1 preload. Yeah, I don't know where. I self-sourced this build. I swore I bought an LDO rail kit, but I self-sourced this build. It's got LDO motors for sure. LDO Y-axis rails. I don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Who knows? Maybe it's LDO, just not branded the same. It could be. It could have came with the LDO. Or who knows? I don't remember where the heck I bought it from. It could have been where I bought it from, mixing stuff up, mix and match stuff. I have no idea. I'd be very unlikely to find. Didn't the pre-R2 have thinner dual rails on X? Yes. You're thinking early Honey Badger? No. Maybe it says KB30. KB30 BRHM12H. Don't know. I do have Honey Badger rails on my V0. My V0 has Honey Badger rails. And I built that before this. But don't know. Those were early Honey Badger rails. It could be LDO. It might be an older LDO rail. I bought these parts years ago, so. KB30. It says KB30, not KB3D. I would have said that. It had it. Yeah, that would have made more sense. But yeah, it definitely says KB30, not D. I might have gotten it from KB3D. I don't know. I've bought stuff from everybody over the years. One of life's greatest mysteries. We may never know. It's getting a Physec rail when it goes back together. So it's getting a Physec rail when it goes back together. That's what I do know. One of their lightweight rails. One of their lighter Z1 rails. That's what it's going. Ah! Squeak, squeak, squeak. That's what it's going back together with. My phone just buzzed, but my watch didn't. Why are these squeaking? Hoping to snag an LDO 2.4 kit on Black Friday. Cool. I got to keep my eyes peeled for the good deals to share out for folks. It's so hard right now. Comes up as an early LDO rail. Okay, early LDO rail. There we go. Thank you. So that answers that. It's just not labeled LDO. The Y-axes are. Error. It's so hard right now with freaking all the... are you going to do a Black Friday stream? That's a good idea. We should do a Black Friday stream. Just hang out, chill out, and like shop for deals and drop affiliate links. Probably when R2 came out, they didn't have time to brand them before shipping. Entirely possible. Entirely process. Yeah. Down for Black Friday stream. Cool. That's a good idea. Maybe my mother-in-law will be in town, so maybe I'll want to be in the studio. I love my mother-in-law, but I might want to be in the studio. We can get her to come out and hang out with us. A family stream. A family stream. Words and people are hard sometimes. Absolutely. Those are very accurate statements. Words are hard. Isn't that an Evan and Caitlin shirt? Pretty sure they have a shirt that says that. Words are hard. All right. I got such a mess to clean up in here. A Milo behind me there. Now the frame and the teardown of this. Probably not the greatest idea to have torn this thing down when I did, but I want it back up and running soon. So if I don't get started on it, it's never going to happen. All right, I'm going to leave the rail on there just for now. It's got plenty of preload. It's not going to slide off of there, so. I'm sure these idlers are a part of the problem for my bad graphs. I'm pretty sure these are garbage idlers, but I've got the cogged idlers. Let me close up this if I can. This is like an old, I don't know where these came from, but it's got like, I don't know if there should have been shim washers in there. I forget. It's been a while since I put this together. Since I put one of these together. Oh yeah, wait. I can wiggle this on this shaft. On this. This thing's garbage. Focus. Bearings left the chat. Yeah. They're still, they don't feel notchy or draggy, but yeah. Why don't you get one of those Voron CNC part kits? I do have one. That's what's going in this. It's going to be a Voron a CNC kit going back in here. That's why I'm taking this all apart. So, got one. Got one. Maybe I'll go see if I can find it quick and we can take a look at it before we call the stream done. This should come off. Yep. Boop, boop. Y-axis rails off. Gantry components off. And we can disassemble these. Get the motors out of here. Where'd you get the CNC kit? Big Tree Tech, aka Chaotic Lab. It is a Chaotic Lab kit. I'm pretty sure it's linked in the description. There are affiliate links in the description to parts that are going to be going in this or parts that are currently on this. So some of the upgrade parts are listed in the description, and that is definitely one of them. Chaotic Lab CNC kit. I'll go find it in a minute. We'll go on an adventure in the studio and see if we can find it. We'll go on an adventure, Charlie. Studio tour. Not much to see right now. Candy Mountain. Ruby quotes that way too much, so it sticks in my head. There's not much to see that y'all haven't seen, but hey, I'm going on an adventure. Yeah. Okay, motor assemblies. Those bearings feel fine. And they've all got their washer shim stacks, just as they should. Those all look good. Okay, let's go find... will you be looking at the Prusa Core 1? Absolutely. Yes, as soon as I can get my hands on a Prusa Core 1, I will be streaming about it. I might even review it. I don't know. I feel like that might be worth getting back into do a review about. So, potentially. But yes, I will absolutely be getting my hands on a Prusa Core 1 as soon as I can. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Definitely at Smurf, I'm going to be begging and pleading. So, all right, let's go on an adventure. I'm going to move the other camera around. Boop. Into the void. In the dark. Into the dark void. Somewhere over there is the kit. Let's go find it. I know it's here. I know it is. This is Trident parts and Mercury 1. What's in this box? Nope. Sorry if, like, you all can't see me very well right now. Can't really tell camera focus from here. That's chemicals. That's definitely not in there. There's nothing in that box. Resin wash station. That's a resin printer. Uh-oh. Where is it? I know I've seen it fairly recently. Ah! As I step on bubble wrap. As I step on bubble wrap. Nope, this is 2.4 parts, but it's another 2.4 build. That's the next 2.4 build. I think I'm gonna have to go off camera for a second. Sorry, folks. It might be over here, under a shipping station. Nope, not in that box. Maybe in this box. There it is. I see it. I see it. I see it. Bam. Okay. Found it. Tool Changer 2.4. No, I'm not building a Tool Changer 2.4. Nope, not building one. Just nothing against them. I'd love to build one. I just have no time for that. I just have no time for that project. So, no, I'm going to be building a Doom Cube 2.4. Doom Cube 2.4. Okay, yeah. Chaotic Lab CNC kit. CNC part kit V2.0. Wow, these parts are so light. Let me zoom in on the second camera. So, lightweight CNC components for these are the Gantry, the X-axis Gantry. Ends. All doomed up, yeah. Doom to doom doom doom. Doom to doom doom doom. Oh, there is hardware in there. Cool. That's good. There is hardware in there. So there's our XY joints. Our belt adjusters. Ooh, they got thumb wheels. And you can see this kit is all black. That's a little dark. Let me adjust exposure real quick. So this kit's all black. I don't know if they're selling all black kits yet. I wish they would, but Doom Cube Tool Changer would be so overkill. Yeah. But they made a special run of black, full black kit for me because I didn't want red. It wouldn't fit my build at all. I really wish they'd have like a wider range of colors, but ooh, interesting. So these are the Z joints. And they're actually a spring-loaded design, it looks like. I just had to show my wife the Charlie the Unicorn. Now that song's going to be stuck in my head. Sorry. Okay, yeah, so this uses bearings. The Z-joint uses a swivel bearing design and a spring-loaded screw coming up through the bottom. Without fully assembling it, it'd be hard to show, I think, but maybe a close-up of the box. If I focus, you can kind of figure out what it's talking about there. So the bearing up in here for misalignment, and then a spring-loaded screw going up into it so it can have a little more give too. Good idea. And AB drives. Any color available as long as it's red. Yep. Yep, definitely a Ford motto going on over there. So there's our motor mount. AB motor mounts. One of. Oh, I didn't realize there's a umbilical mount with this, I guess. There's a PG7 in here. PG7 in here, so I guess there's an umbilical mount that comes with this. I did not realize that. Red wouldn't go with purple, though. No, it wouldn't. No, it would not go with purple well at all. And then there's Z joints, the Z-axis belt adjusters. So Z adjusters, nice heavy-duty components. And there is a CNC tap kit. So 6mm black CNC tap kit. I will be giving this away, by the way. Not today. I'm not set up for it at the moment, but maybe next stream when we get going on the build process, I will give this away. CNC tap kit, I have no need for it, so I will give it away because what else am I going to do with it? But yeah. That's the bulk of it. There's also AB motor, or not AB, the Z motor drive kit, CNC Z motor kit. But again, I'm going to keep the printed ones. There's nothing wrong with mine, and I don't feel like tearing the machine all the way down. So I'm gonna leave mine in. But the rest of this is getting CNC'd. Micro Center has this exact kit for $280. Grabbed it and love it. Cool. All right, folks, I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up. We're at like 2.5 hours. I expected to go for 3. It's crazy that Micro Center has Voron parts. Yes, it is. It's wild. It's wild that that's where we're at. This kit's that cheap. There's a lot of machining in there. Yeah. How much is the link in the description? It's right on BQ's site. I don't even know. Paste and go. Ah! Apparently I didn't have my computer muted. I thought I did. CNC parts kit. Without Voron tap. Wow, it's $400 on their site, yeah. It's a good price at Micro Center, darn good price. They couldn't price, yeah, they weren't moving. I know Micro Center seemed to have like a ton of trouble selling Vorons. They didn't market them. I mean, Micro Center had Voron stuff, but they just didn't market it well or at all. Like, if Micro Center really wanted to carry Voron parts, they probably should have had like, whatever, like me or Steve or somebody who could go to a Micro Center. Steve wouldn't be near a Micro Center, but somebody who could go to a Micro Center, get the parts, and then build a Voron. They'd have to build them and put them on display. Yep, that. I mean, they could have done that. They could have sponsored me. I live near one in Philadelphia. I went to Micro Center all the time. I could have gone there, shopped, gotten all the parts, gone home, done a stream building it, and then take it to the store, build it at the store. That would have been a great one, yeah. The package was crap, all black, you had no idea what was in it. There's a really good point. Yeah, I remember seeing that. They were like off labeling them. It was not a great call. Yeah. I just robbed the tri-state area of all their BTT boards. Octopuses for $15. I'll take them all. Yeah. So, all right, folks. I think that's where we're going to wrap it up for this stream. We got it torn down. And that's all I really planned to do. So we got it down to the frame. Got the gantry down the part. I'm going to find a box to put everything in and keep it organized. And the next stream, we will begin assembly. So I'm not 100% if the next stream is going to be this project or maybe my Switch. I don't know. But I'll do my best to put out the word ASAP as to when I know the next stream will be. But I do want this machine back up and running really soon. This is not going to be a 6-month project for sure. Knock on wood. So, all right, folks. I'm going to jet. I'm going to take the Domino. Where you at? Here. Come on. Let's say bye to everybody. Come say bye. All right, I gotta go get myself Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I wanna rebuild my Switch, so I might do a stream of rebuilding my Switch. We'll see. All right, folks. I will catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.